Good morning, Incarnate Word. Happy Solemnity of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Probably one of my favorite feast days of the year. It's the feast day of God's love in a very real way. It's God's unconditional love for us that was poured out of his own heart on the cross. Awesome feast day. Happy Friday.
Big one for Incarnate Word.
Big one for Incarnate Word.
God's love visible.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. And the heart of Jesus does that. Jesus is the only person of the Trinity that has a human heart. The Father, of course, loves us, but the way that is made tangible and made real is in the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And so it's a beautiful thing to celebrate today. So, just to recall God's unconditional love for us.
Sounds like you're pumped to celebrate the Heart of Jesus.
I am excited.
Okay.
I am excited.
Right.
Excited.
No hard puns?
No.
Yeah, okay.
No.
All right.
None.
Okay.
Zero fun, sir. So event recap. We are wrapping up Vacation Bible School this week. We're wrapping it up today. It has been an awesome week. A lot of kids around here and some awesome parent volunteers as well. So we want to thank Nicole Vonderhaar, our Director of Religious Education, Carrie Hess, Elizabeth Bundy, and Maggie Horn for organizing and coordinating all of it. It's been a wonderful week.
Yeah, it's fun to have so many little guys running around
this
week, and they are always friendly. They'll talk to you and all
sure.
that, so it's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then our food truck social was on Wednesday and had great, just sort of a steady trickle of people, and the food was good, the lines weren't long, and the weather was perfect.
Yeah.
So thank you to Rick Vogel and the parish council for setting that up and making sure everything went smoothly.
Yeah. So items on the agenda for this weekend. There is no nursery Bible school this weekend. Again, there will be no nursery Bible school this weekend. We also have a couple of our parishioners who are going to be ordained permanent deacons tomorrow morning. So you may see Scott Sparks around a lot. He's been kind of our acolyte for the last couple years or so in his training for permanent diaconate. You may have seen him around on Sunday Masses, but he's going to be ordained a permanent deacon tomorrow morning, along with parishioner Mike Miller. So we want to pray for them and thank God for their accepting this call to serve Christ and the church as deacons. So you'll see soon-to-be Deacon Sparks around the parish a little bit more. But we want to congratulate both Scott and Mike on their ordination to the permanent diaconate tomorrow morning.
Yes, and Father Lawson is doing his sort of Mass of Thanksgiving this Sunday at 10:30 Mass, and there will be a little reception after that where you can receive his first blessing if you've not done so already. And then he'll also have the 6 p.m. Mass tonight or on Sunday night as well, which is great.
And that 6 p.m. Mass is also the start of Christ Power. It's our biggest week of the year for the youth group. It starts Sunday. It goes through Friday. So maybe just pray for our teens, pray for our youth minister Dan and the core team who are herding the cats.
Yeah, it's a busy couple weeks.
It's a very busy couple weeks.
With retreats and just a lot of things. So this is it has a huge impact for our kids.
Yeah, majorly.
So it's always a great week.
Yeah.
And exhausting too for everyone that works on it.
For sure. But keep them in your prayers. It's a service retreat. For those of you who don't know, it's a week-long service retreat. Our kids go to work sites every day and come back and have activities and time for prayer, confession, daily mass. It's just a week of an intensive time with Jesus. And so we pray for them and hope that it's a very successful one as well. I don't know. We got a short list this week. I mean, it's summer and
after this week, the coming week, I think it does finally slow down a little bit, which is nice. We can use that. Yeah,
we all could. I know you're all taking vacations and whatnot. It's a good time of year for such things.
And I've got many questions about when is Father Braun going to appear, and it will be right on July 1. His last Mass is that final day of June, as you are doing, and
moving day for everybody.
Yep. So we'll see him soon enough, but enjoy Father Schneier's presence in the meantime.
Yeah. This might be last few weeks.
Soak
it in, folks.
Yeah.
I could give a Harry Carey line about the final at that of Stan Musial's career, but I won't. Let's see.
This weekend,
finally back in ordinary time. We'll be wearing green for the first time since February. On Sundays at least. I'm going to preach the first reading this weekend is one of the stories related to the fall. It's Adam and Eve hiding themselves and God asking them, "Where are you?" And that question God asks isn't so much about their location because God knows where they are. It's sort of asking how are you? How did you get to this place? How did you fall from the heights of love to the tomb of sin? And I'm going to kind of be talking about that, how Adam and Eve sort of covered themselves. And yes, there was a physical vulnerability that took place there in that moment that you give a whole another homily about as it relates to theology of the body and our sexuality. But I think as it relates to the soul, there are so many things that we use nowadays as 21st century fig leaves to cover ourselves, to prevent ourselves from being truly vulnerable to God. Everything from our phones, our portfolios, our careers, all of these things that we just immerse ourselves into. And when we do that, we basically just cover up ourselves from God and prevent him from loving us and prevent us from being vulnerable to him. And I'm going to talk about that phenomenon and just maybe encourage us to, drop the fig leaves that are over our souls. Not so much.
Yeah,
I will need to distinguish between that. This isn't. Yeah.
Original sin happened. Guys.
Original sin happened, folks.
Cover it up.
Yeah. We're that will be.
I'm glad we're working this out.
We are working this out as we speak, and I was mentioning but there are fig leaves that we use to cover our souls for sure, and those fig leaves,
drop them.
Those fig leaves, we need to drop them.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting.
Choose words carefully.
Yeah, just fully work out your concept before. But anyway,
I thought that, and you and I were on the same page. I genuinely had it, and I was going to say
that's good. Well, so I have both of the new permanent deacons at my masses this weekend at 5 and 12.
You're gonna have your hands full.
So Scott really wants to preach for his first weekend, and so he's actually going to take both the masses. But I didn't know that until yesterday, as far as him taking the 12:15. So what I was going to talk about was just the dysfunction or the division that gets introduced with sin. So you see right away, someone else made me do it. This lack of accountability. And then in the gospel where Jesus is working these wonders and they're attributing it to Satan, which is horrible. But sin makes us do crazy things.
Yeah, it attributes the bad that we do to others and overinflates the good, I think, in our own pride.
Yeah, and it's like how crazy where Adam, when he first saw Eve, he was so like, this is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh.
And he's already turned on her.
He's already turned on her. Yeah, and then in the gospel, you have Jesus, the Son of God, healing, restoring things, bringing unity where there was division, and sin makes the people who are against him say that's Satan. Evil becomes, or good becomes evil to them. So I think, that's... In our time, we see the exact same thing where you have something good, whether it's motherhood, whether it's the family, whether it's human sexuality, something that's good being
distorted and
called evil.
Called evil. Literally called evil.
Yeah, and then vice versa, where evil becomes like a good that people pursue. So we still struggle with that, and also the lack of accountability in our culture and sometimes in our church and in our leaders. So anyway, I'll save that for another time, but great reading, strong reading.
I could steal it from you this weekend, commandeer.
No, I want your fig leaves. I'm
You're intrigued by this?
Well, it's last weekend there were some interesting tidbits in one of the homilies by one of the priests. I won't say which. And so it makes waiting to give out communion a little more exciting when you're on the edge of your seat. So anyway, this is hashtag priest life.
Hashtag priest life. The things that we joke about, the things that that we talk about, late in the evening.
Things that make you chuckle at night.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But anyway, you guys are all probably bored by now, but we're highly amused.
Very, very. So come to mass. Bring your fig leaves.
Yeah. Keep your. Well, anyway.
Yeah. That.
It'll be cold in church, so dress appropriately.
Yes, it will. It will. That's why we keep it cold in church.
That's right.
Yeah. So for fig leaf purposes.
Well, anyway, hope this has been edifying.
Yes.
And we'll see you this weekend.
Have a good one. God bless.